Welcome to Film and Page. I'm Dominic. This is another episode of Road to Dune. So I was scouring the internet today looking for articles about the upcoming Dune film, seeing if there's any news or anything, and I came across an interesting one over on Cinema Blend. The article is talking about an interview that was done with makeup artist Donald Mowat. And in the interview, he explains how he had to decide between working on the upcoming Bond film or working on Dune 2020. So let's get right into it. Why one key No Time to Die crew member left the movie for Dune. It's not easy having to pick between working with Denis Villeneuve on Dune and Daniel Craig in his last time playing James Bond in No Time to Die. But that's exactly the kind of choice veteran makeup artist and key No Time to Die crew member Donald Mowat had to make. Donald Mowat has been working in the industry as a makeup artist for over 30 years. And has worked on prior James Bond movies like Skyfall and Spectre. He recently spoke with Inside the Film Room about what he's currently working on and why he left No Time to Die for Dune. Here's what he had to say. Well, it was very difficult for me because I left the Bond franchise to do Dune. I made a huge change, and it was very hard for me. I love working with Daniel Craig, I truly mean it. Daniel Craig is about one of the finest tuned human beings I know. And we have a very nice way of working. My creative inner makeup guy said Dune, no question. But the other part of me was like, Bond, come on. But it was the safe choice. Maybe I'm a bad boy. I've never played it safe my whole life. I used to turn down TV because I thought if you're going to do movies, you can't do TV. I felt because I had done the two Bonds, and I loved Daniel Craig and Bond producer Barbara Broccoli, and everyone was so good to me. It was a hard choice. Indeed, that's an incredibly hard choice considering Dune and No Time to Die are two of the most hotly anticipated films of the year. However, while the choice was very difficult, it sounds like as time went on, the choice became more clear for Donald Mowat. He later added, I was in London and doing Spider-Man Far From Home, and every time I opened the newspaper, Bond was delayed. Then Dune gets announced, and you're like, oh my god, then everyone is calling me. And I get a call asking me if I'm available. I went, well, maybe I am available. Basically, I was put on hold and told that I wasn't coming to Bond for 5 months. And I sat there going, well, I could be doing Dune. I've got to do this. I don't have that many more years left. I'm in my 50s now. It was a very tough choice for me. It's rare you make real friends in this business. I really felt like I was going to disappoint a friend. When comparing the makeup challenges of Dune versus No Time to Die, I'd bet Dune would be the more challenging movie to work on for a makeup artist. Dune, after all, is a sprawling science fiction epic based on the groundbreaking novel by Frank Herbert. David Lynch's Dune absolutely had bizarre makeup for some of its characters, so it wouldn't be surprising if Denis Villeneuve followed suit. And what if Oscar Isaac says is true? Denis Villeneuve's Dune won't be a lighthearted and family-friendly cinematic experience a la Star Wars, but something nightmarish and brutal. With that in mind, Donald Mowat likely has his work cut out for him. And here's a picture of Donald Mowat working on Blade Runner 2049 with Denis Villeneuve. So, who is this makeup artist? Who is Donald Mowat? So, Donald Mowat was born December 10th, 1964 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He's a Canadian, British, and naturalized American citizen. He started in amateur theater and operatic societies as well as community cable television while still in high school. First film was an assistant makeup artist on Joshua, Then and Now, and continued working as an assistant makeup on numerous projects including Anne of Green Gables, The Fly, The Believers, and Frontier. While just in his 20s, he was makeup department head on Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future, winning a Daytime Emmy nomination in 1988 and continued to department head several network miniseries and movies of the week. So that was a little snippet from his IMDb bio. And some of the films he's worked on in the past is Frequency 2000, a very good science fiction film, hidden gem. I might do a video on that one someday. The Departed in 2006, another very good film. I have that one on DVD, and of course Blade Runner 2049 and 2017. So did he make the right choice making the jump from Bond to Dune? I think he did. I definitely think he made he made the best choice, and I think he made the correct choice. Because, well, just from my standpoint, how many times are you going to get in your life if you're a makeup artist to work on Dune? You know, they don't make Dune movies very often. The last time they made one was over 30 years ago. But as far as Bond movies go, there's always been Bond movies. There's always going to be probably Bond movies. And the guy's already worked on a couple Bond films. He's already worked with Daniel Craig. So that's, you know, a path. He's already been down that road. So, you know, it's better to do something different. And this is definitely something worthwhile, I think. Now, as for me, these two movies being hotly anticipated, I'm not looking forward to the Bond film at all. Just because, in my opinion, the way I feel about it, there's always been a Bond movie, as far back as I can remember. I remember being really young, and the first Bond films I saw were the Roger Moore and Sean Connery ones, and they would rerun those on television. That's where I got to see those first ones. And then I can remember when Timothy Dalton was cast as Bond, and then in the 90s when Pierce Brosnan became Bond and he had his era of films, and then when they went with Daniel Craig. So there's always been a Bond film. So that's, to me, a Bond movie is not a big deal. I've only seen maybe a few of them actually in the theater. Like I saw Goldeneye in the theater, and then I saw two of the Daniel Craig ones in theater, and that's about it. So I'm just kind of a casual Bond fan. And as far as Daniel Craig goes, I wasn't really a big fan of him as James Bond, so I'm not really sad to see him go. But Dune is a much bigger deal to me because it's one of my favorite science fiction books. The last time it was made into a movie was 1984, or over 30 years ago, and it wasn't the best adaptation. It didn't really capture the book as much as I liked that 84 film. Then we had the 2000 miniseries, which is a really good miniseries and did really well for sci-fi, but it's not a big budget movie. And I've been hearing about a big budget Dune movie as far back as 2007. So over 10 years ago. I would periodically check on websites for news about this Dune movie, and it kept getting delayed, and changed directors. And finally, Paramount just dropped the whole thing. And I thought that would be it. We weren't getting a Dune film until it was announced that Legendary bought the rights, and then Denis Villeneuve was attached to it. And by that time, I had already seen some of Denis Villeneuve's films, and I was starting to become a fan of his. And so yeah, I've been really looking forward to this film. And so I definitely think the makeup artist made the right choice. So that's everything I got to say in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will see you at the next one. I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you all in helping this channel grow. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded.